It's live.
Hello, hello, friend. Welcome to India This Week, and I'm Amna Begum Ansari with my co-host Khalid Beg. And Khalid, over to you.
Hi, sorry everyone, we had major technical issues, and because of which we are joining you late. Also, obviously, we come to you obviously on a occasion which is very somber, but at the same time, it's also an occasion to celebrate the phenomena Krishna Kumar Kunnath, who we know as KK. And sadly, we would have not all of us thought that all of us would be sitting here and talking about him in the past. And that's a big tragedy. He's been a part of everyone's life, millions, I would say, across the globe. And this is just a small tribute from all of us here, from Rajat, Zeba, Umar, myself, and Amna. So, I mean, of course, you would have read over the internet. He was a Mallu, born and brought up in Delhi, started a band called Horizon, stuck it out, actually did a job with a typewriter for a lot of years, and then finally realized this is not where his heart and soul was. And persisted and sang at least 2000 jingles before getting that big break with Hamdul De Chuke Sanam, or even before that in Marches. So what is that for persistence? Imagine, right? So that's a huge KK lesson for us. And of course, you can't have one favorite KK song. Everyone has 10 favorites KK songs. Our heart also goes out to his life partner, because I through my research realized that they have known each other for 40 years. He passed away at the untimely uh, age of 53, and they knew each other since they were teenagers. So that's some teenage love. And of course, for her, that's the world, and the world right now feels that someone, as if you know their own special one has left them. So there are obviously thousands, millions of thousands of songs, and across 6 to 7 languages that KK sang in. The most remarkable thing has been that in the 25 years that he's touched the lives of us and millions, there's not been a single controversy. It's very rare that you go onto the Wikipedia site of someone and there's nothing in controversy. And I think that's what was relatable about KK to everyone. So I'll just share my first thoughts. I was sleeping. I overheard dad say that to my younger brother that KK passed away. I didn't know what to make of it. Took me a couple of hours. It's still not sinking in for last 2 days. But well, that is it. He was cremated today in Mumbai, and that was my first. And it felt like there was a massive hole plugged into your childhood. Umar, what about you? What was when did you hear it, and what was your first reaction?
So this has actually been an unprecedented tragedy for millions and millions. And the remarkable thing about KK is that, like Khalid said, there were absolutely no controversies, absolutely no haters, and his work spoke for him. There are a lot of people who might not even know the name of KK, but you play two songs, two lines of any song, and they'll just relate to it. So that is like being connected to the people on the ground more than the Filmfare Awards. He was more popular, and everyone I have seen in on Instagram, everywhere I have seen people putting up stories, because every song is a memory. Every song relates you. It takes you back to some childhood thought that, okay, in that situation I was going through this emotion, and his voice helped me. And a lot of people have gone to sleep singing and listening to his songs. So I think that is unbelievable. And as for how it I just the way it happened, the way I heard the news, it is almost like something supernatural, I would say. It was amazing that 1 hour ago, like one hour before the news broke, like at around 11:30, I think. So 10:30, I was having a conversation with my friend about KK, and we were discussing that we should record some songs, some songs that we know of KK, and we should jam some time to KK songs, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So we were planning to do it, and I hope that we did it when he was alive, when he was amongst us. And yes, today and yesterday we played his songs, but as a tribute and in his memory, reminiscing his presence. So I think that is very sad also. But I think that this is a huge loss for everyone and for music industry above everyone. So these are my thoughts.
Right. Zeba, when did you hear it first? The news?
I got it, my mom texted me, and then I got to know, and I was like, no, you might be like, misinformed or something. You always get the wrong news. So I did a Google search and then I got to know, and it was such a shock. It was quite unexpected and unfortunate, and few of my friends were there in his show. And it was unfortunate, but c'est la vie. And music is something that has been very close to me, close to my heart. And I've been singing since the age of 3, which is like, when I you can say when I started speaking. But for me, music and poetry, these are the two things, through which I could express my emotion. And throughout my childhood, my teenage, when I first fall in love, or when I first fall out of love, few musicians whose songs have remained connected with me is one of them being KK. And he had a flexible voice. He had a different texture to his voice, and you can recognize that it's his song, whether you are chilling with your friends with songs like Das Bahane to It's the Time to Disco, to even the long you have songs which are dedicated to your loved ones, or you can play songs to long drive. And I still remember, it was like my first movie that I saw in a big theater was Om Shanti Om, and I still remember the little me being all smitten with KK, singing Aankhon Mein Teri. So he has been a great part in my life, and that news was very unexpected and unfortunate.
Rajat, also one more thing, what I realized and I didn't know till now, he was not a trained singer, and it's remarkable, right? It never showed in any of the emotions that he emote, and anything at all. Like no one can say he was not classically trained or Western trained. What was your reaction, Rajat, in US? When did you hear the news?
So it was daytime yesterday for me. We had just dropped our little one to daycare, and we'd come back, and I was about to start a meeting because I usually work from home these days. And as somebody, one of our common friends, Ayush, she posted it on Facebook, and then I saw it, and it was like I've become numb. For the past 2 years since I think Rishi Kapoor died first, and then Irfan followed, and then Sushant happened, and then so many people who have been so close to our heart are like almost falling like nine pins. Every couple of months, somebody who you have looked up to is dying. So it's a very surreal phase that I feel everybody is going through. I don't know what to make of it. So I haven't been able to come to terms that he's no more. He's been like, that somebody wrote it beautifully, that he's been that he's feels like that friend who's always there for you, and you don't even have to reach out to him to know how he's doing, because he's always there with you. I've been following him since the Just Mohabbat title track came out. Omar and Zeba, you'd have probably not even heard it. And that's when I first heard his voice. I'm like, who is this guy? And why isn't he singing in films? And then, history was made after every single number he said. But a little small point about him not being trained and how his journey started. He started as a completely Western singer. Like, and like he has a lot of similarity to how Kishore Kumar was, although there's no comparisons between the two, absolutely not. But if you look in terms of voice quality, what is similar between the two is that, I'm sure Zeba and Omar will appreciate this, that there's some of the hardest parts of singing is hitting notes straight as you can. So since he was not trained classically, he was never doing a lot of like murkhiyan lena, jisko Hindi ganon mein bolte hain, the same note, you vibe, or vibratos that you call. He never did that. But his voice quality was so clean that it almost sounded like an instrument, forever tuned, like no tuning required. And that is remarkable. But what stands out for me is that the line he said, that when he goes on to stage and sings song, people come up to him and say, "We never knew you sang this song." So he was this guy who, like, it was just yesterday when he died, when I realized what his full name was. Otherwise, he was just KK, the voice, the perfect 4-octave voice. He could sing in the lowest octave and he could sing in the highest octave. That just does not happen. He was a once in a generation voice, and he was doing good. Like, he was somebody who could be singing for an 18-year-old today. Like, he was not somebody who's, because if you look at other singers, they've probably passed their prime and they don't sound as fresh and young as some of the new ones. But this guy could take on anybody today. His voice was as fresh, as unchanged as when he first started. So as I'm speaking, it started sinking in now that, when we're talking about him going away. So it is unbelievable.
Also, I was checking this WhatsApp group with my friends, with my 5 childhood friends. There's a message 3 months back where I've written that there are 2 KKs I want to meet, KK Menon and KK. And we just keep on planning, and then, God looks up and starts laughing. I always thought that I'll postpone this thing, and someday I'll attend a KK show, and it was never to be. Just shows you the futility of life, right? And so I think on that note, we have 3 trained singers in Rajat, Zeba, and Umar. I'll start with you, Rajat. If you could just sing one of your favorite songs of KK. Of course, there are 10, but for constrained time, please could you sing one, and then Zeba, you could take next, and Umar, you could take next.
Sure.
Rajat, over to you. Which song would you be singing?
So I'll sing the sad song. It's one of my favorites. It's called Avarapan Banjarapan from the movie Jism. It was one of his very rare songs that he has not gone in the high octave. This is a very low note song. So any mistakes that I made, please, accept it and let me be, because this is not a time to be correct or great or brilliant at your performance. It's just a remembrance thing. So let's get started. So I'll play a little bit of, let me know if you can hear the music. आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में, हरदम हर पल बेचैनी है, कौन बला है सीने में। इस धरती पर जिस पल सूरज रोज सवेरे उगता है, इस धरती पर जिस पल सूरज रोज सवेरे उगता है, अपने लिए तो ठीक उसी पल रोज ढला है सीने में। आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में। जाने ये कैसी आग लगी है जिसमें धुआं ना चिंगारी, जाने ये कैसी आग लगी है, इसमें धुआं ना चिंगारी, हो ना हो इस पार कहीं कोई ख्वाब जला है सीने में, आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में। जिस रस्ते पर तपता सूरज सारी रात नहीं ढलता, रस्ते पर तपता सूरज सारी रात नहीं ढलता, इश्क की ऐसी राह गुजर को हमने चुना है सीने में, आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में। कहाँ किसी के लिए है मुमकिन सबके लिए एक सा होना, कहाँ किसी के लिए है मुमकिन सबके लिए एक सा होना, थोड़ा सा दिल मेरा बुरा है थोड़ा भला है सीने में, आवारापन बंजारापन एक खला है सीने में। Okay, that was the end of the song. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Rajat. That was wonderful. It's just hitting in a very different way today. There's this song is life in itself, and
It is.
those beautiful locales of Pondicherry with John for those rare times actually expressing. Maybe that's just KK's
one
song.
of the very best written songs. If you see who got the Filmfare Award instead of this guy, you will laugh. So tragic.
Yeah. Also, he says "Kahan kisi ke liye sab sabke liye ek jaisa hona," but KK was the same for everyone. So he challenged that. Zeba, what song would you be singing? Your next, please. You can take the stage.
Yeah, Pyar Ke Pal from the movie Pal. So this is like one of my favorite songs. So just let me know if you can hear. Okay. Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
रहिया ना रह कल याद आएंगे ये पल ये है प्यार के पल, चल आ मेरे संग चल क्या छोटी सी है जिंदगी, कल मिल जाए तो होगी खुश नसीबी। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल। हम रहे या ना रहे, कल याद आएंगे ये पल। ये है प्यार के पल। चल आ मेरे संग चल, चल सोचे क्या छोटी सी है जिंदगी, कल मिल जाए तो होगी खुश नसीबी। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल। शाम का चल ओढ़ के आई, देखो वो रात सुहानी। आ लिख दे हम दोनों मिलके अपनी ये प्रेम कहानी। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल। आने वाली सुबह जाने रंग क्या लाए दीवाने। मेरी चाहत को रख लेना जैसे कोई निशानी। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल। हम रहे या ना रहे, कल याद आएंगे ये पल। ये है प्यार के पल। चल आ मेरे संग चल, चल सोचे क्या छोटी सी है जिंदगी, कल मिल जाए तो होगी खुश नसीबी। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल। हम रहे या ना रहे, याद आएंगे ये पल।
Thank you, Zeba. So that was Rajat with Awara Pan and Zeba with Pal. And Rajat and Zeba, that's two songs, one existential crisis and one about the meaning of life, and both sung by the same guy. So how beautiful is that? Uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and now, Umar, if you could just introduce your fellow band member to us, and which is the song both of you would be singing.
Yes. And this song that Zeba sang, it's just hitting different today in the kind of circumstances we are having this conversation. So this is marvelous. So yeah, like Khalid said, nobody has a just one favorite KK song. So I was with my group, the mixtape, and so these are two of my friends. Will be joining us today, Shares. I will be joining as guitars and as a singer. And this is also Umar, who will be
Welcome,
joining as
guys.
guitarist. Yeah, so this is Khalid,
That's the perfect tribute
Amna, and
because
Rajat, and
KK
hi
started
everybody.
off with a band. So you guys have a band. I'm
Yeah,
sure KK up from the heavens is looking down at youngsters who can, make it as big as him. All the best, guys. Stage is
we
yours.
hope that. We hope that. So KK has been an inspiration for all of us. And like I said, we have been talking about him. So I was talking to Shares only just 1 hour before the news broke. So that's touched us in a different way. So I requested Khalid to if we can play two songs. So we'll be just playing one stanza from Ajab Si and one stanza from Maine Dil Se Kaha. So these two are just couldn't choose from these two. So please hear us out, and we hope we are able to do justice to this two compositions. So are we visible, the three of us?
Yeah, yeah, visible. Most importantly, you guys are audible.
Yeah, more importantly, yeah. Even if the electricity has some issue, we'll just continue. I think the audio is more important at this point. So let's just hear this out.
Right.
Hear this out. आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं हो आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं दिल को बना दे जो पतंग सांसें ये तेरी वो हवाएं आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं हो आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं दिल को बना दे जो पतंग सांसें ये तेरी वो हवाएं आई ऐसी रात है जो बहुत खुश नसीब है चाहे जिसे दूर दुनिया ओ मेरे करीब है कितना कुछ कहना है सवाल करी सपनों में जो रोज का है वो मुझसे कहूँ या नहीं आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हो आंखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं दिल को बना दे जो पतंग सांसें ये तेरी वो हवाएं ये तेरी वो हवाएं ये तेरी वो हवाएं Thank you, everyone. So, this was our
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're getting some messages, and Vartika says, "My ears are blessed." Samir, namaste. We do follow you on Twitter. And Umar, go for it. Next song and your group mixtape. Please go for it.
Sure. So let's do the next song. So on this song, Shares will be playing the guitar and he'll be joining us on singing also. से कहाँ ढूंढना ना खुशी ना समझ आया तो ये गम ही सही मैंने दिल से कहाँ ढूंढना ना खुशी न समझ आया तो ये हम भी सही कहीं है इश्क का उजाला कहीं है मौत का अंधेरा बताओ कौन में से होगा मैं जोगी बनूं या लुटेरा कई चेहरे हैं इस दिल के न जाने कौन सा मेरा मैंने दिल से कहा ढूंढना ना खुशी न समझ आया तो ये हम भी सही मैंने दिल से कहा ढूंढना ना खुशी न समझ आया तो ये हम भी सही
Fabulous, fabulous, guys. Fabulous mixtape. Fabulous. We love the background music. It's fabulous. Umar, I'm just getting a little greedy here. Would you guys be able to play
Yeah.
Ashai? All right,
Ashai,
please.
yeah.
This is a special. Yeah, Ashai. It's a request from my elder sister. She's like my elder sister, Bhavna Kak. So please, Ashai, and I'm sure millions of us, we want to end this on a high, on the positive that KK has affected all of us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Umar. And now, before we end this, I just want a last minute from Rajat, Zeba, Umar, and then I'll say Amna, unfortunately, still facing some technical issues. Rajat, 1 minute, if you were to ever get in life, which of course now is not possible, and if there is something like spirits and you can talk to KK, what would you tell him?
I'll just join again.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd be numb, man. I wouldn't be able to say anything. I'd be like, can I listen to your voice for one last time? Can you sing Yaro Dosti for me? Especially the part where it's तेरी हर एक बुराई पे डांटे वो दोस्त गम की हो धूप तो साया बने तेरा वो दोस्त नाचे भी वो तेरी खुशी में. And if you could do that for me, I'll be like, that's what I wanted. So, yeah.
Zeba, one last thing you would want to tell.
So now I can hear you. There's some
KK.
problem with the audio.
Yeah, sure. Zeba, one last thing you would want to tell KK? One message to KK?
That you made my childhood, you made my teenage life. Your songs are like evergreen, and I would really love to listen Dil Ibadat, Zara Sa, Tu Hi Meri Shab Hai. These are like my favorite romantic songs. If I could get one chance to sing with him, that would be like great. And I would really love to tell him that you made my childhood. Your songs are gonna stay in my heart forever. Yeah.
Right. What about mixtape, Umar and your group? What would you want to tell your idol KK?
So one last thing, thank you for making our childhood awesome or our youth awesome. And the thing with the legends is कि वो कभी मरते नहीं हैं. Legends never die. वो अपने म्यूजिक से, अपने आर्ट से हमेशा जिंदा रहते हैं और हमें कुछ ना कुछ देते रहते हैं हमेशा. So I think KK उन्हीं लोगों में से थे जो हमारे साथ हमेशा रहेंगे.
जी बिल्कुल.
तो मिक्सटेप का तो यही मैसेज है that we keep listening to his songs and he keeps inspiring musicians like us to make it big, and so see you on the other side.
Right. Lastly from me, I always wanted to attend that concert of yours, and I feel gutted right now that I never planned it. So man, just plan that next concert of the person you love. And thank you for being the background score for all the emotions in the last 25 years, whether that was the first crush, first heartbreak, whether sad times, existential questions, the best of life, and for just being this simple man who was such a big celebrity. There are not many normal people you see nowadays with that kind of aura who are so unassuming. So lost you too soon, and millions share this. And we all love you, KK. And I think with that, we'll take a note. It's an occasion of sadness, but celebration as well. He lives for the next 200, 300 years at least.
Lives forever.
Okay, bye, everyone. Thank you for joining this, Rajat, Zeba,
Thank you
Umar,
for
everyone
inviting
doing this.
Khalid and Amna, especially for organizing and giving us a chance. Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
So giving us a chance to pay tribute to him. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and sorry for the initial thing up, and sorry with my voice. I've been down with some crazy medications with some 15 injections in 5 days, so, and the whole thing has come up in a very bad way. All right, bye everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Oh, take care, Khalid. Oh, bye.